So hello students, welcome back. I'm showing you the map of India and you can see here two places are being shown over here. The first one is Agra, the second one is Darjeeling. And what can you see over here? Two places which are in the same latitude. Okay, same latitude. So you can see this line over here shows from Agra to Darjeeling. They lie in the same latitude. But if you see the temperature, you can see that in the month of January in Agra, the temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. Whereas in Darjeeling, in January, the temperature is decreasing to 4 degrees Celsius. Same latitude, but there is difference. Why? You know, Agra is in the plain region, and Darjeeling, we can say that it is a hill station. So it is at a high altitude, right? So now we can say that the second climate control is the altitude. So because of difference in altitude, there also can be variations in the temperature or climate of any region. Like the example we have seen of Agra and Darjeeling, even though they lie at the same altitude, but there is temperature differences between these two areas in the month of January. So altitude is a distance measurement in vertical upward direction. So when we measure altitude, we measure in the vertical upward directions. Okay. So let's be right. So we measure how high is it. Okay. So let's see. This plane, this is hill, and this is plain. So we are measuring. Okay. So they might lie in the same latitude, but here is hilly region. It is at high altitude, but this is at the lower altitude. So because of the altitude differences, this is also creating temperature differences in any regions of the world. As we go up from the surface of the earth to higher altitude, the temperature became less dense and temperature decreases. So what happened? If you go up, temperature will decrease in comparison to these areas which is in the plain or in the valley. The climate conditions at higher altitude varies from that of lower altitude. So we can say that yes, there is difference between this region of lower altitude in comparison to this region at higher altitude, right? So altitude plays a very important role in changing the temperature of one place to the other. So it is also controlling the climate. So I'm giving you a situation where I want you to think. Rohit hails from the Gangetic plains of Uttar Pradesh. During his summer vacations, he went to visit his friend living in Arunachal Pradesh. He was shocked to find out that the climate over there is not hot. Rather, it is pleasant and cool even at that time of the year. He asked his friend as to what could be the reason. Can anyone tell what will be the response that Rohit will get from his friend? Yes, Rohit is from Uttar Pradesh. He goes to visit his friend who is living in Arunachal Pradesh. And we know that Arunachal Pradesh it is locating at a higher altitude in comparison to the Gangetic plains of Uttar Pradesh. So we know basically that the response that he will get from his friend will be that the Arunachal Pradesh is located at a higher altitude, whereas the place from where he hails, the Gangetic plain of Uttar Pradesh, is at a lower altitude. And because of this, he is not experiencing the degree of hotness or the increase in temperature in Arunachal Pradesh in comparison to what he experienced in his own place, right? So, question here. In which season does the mercury touch 50 degrees Celsius in some parts of Rajasthan? So in which season? Is it summer season, monsoon season, winter season, and none of these? It will be in summer, because we know that summer is hot, and we know that Rajasthan in the summer season is very, very hot, and the temperature can even go up to 50 degrees Celsius.